Guys and girls, that new January update trailer is right around the corner. In fact, it should probably drop this week, any day now. So it's our last chance to talk about the updates we want to hit ACNH in 2021 before they actually start hitting. What's going on, everybody? It's SwitchForce, an awesome list today. I'm calling it tiny but mighty because it's a lot of things that have been overlooked. A lot of elements of the games that you might have forgotten about, or maybe ones that you've always wanted but thought were too small or too silly to bring up. Well, today we're focusing on all of that, and it's an excellent list. So what's going on, everybody? It's SwitchForce. Hope you're having a lovely day. I'm falling back in love with the in-game wardrobe. I've been experimenting with the kiosk for so long now, taking all of the other designs from the internet. I forgot how fancy and fun a lot of the in-game fashion can be. So I really do hope that in this update, or in some update in 2021, we get a new shipment to the wardrobe, like a whole new designer added to the game, a whole new line of clothes. But I can't wait for the trailer to drop, and you know I've got you covered. If you guys are ready for that update, smash that like button, and let's get straight into the list. Let's start with Brewster, because that's the boy. Red Panda says, if or when Brewster comes to the island, I would really love the choice to put him in a standalone building or in a museum. And Cranston is trying to clear space. He's like, hey, we can't move resident services, but maybe we can tidy up and convince Tom Nook to add a new building. I've said for a long time, I don't think we're ever going to get another building in the game. I think the island is just dense enough already, but maybe there's a hope. Maybe there's an opportunity. They haven't added anything of that scope since launch, really, when you were able to build Nook's Cranny and get things going on that front. But I've seen players say, hey, we miss the quest goal-oriented style of gameplay, and maybe Nintendo knows that, and maybe they would bring it back. Now, I don't think they'll give you a choice. I do believe Brewster will end up in the museum, but a standalone coffee stand would be phenomenal. Maybe even Brewster could go like, he's housed indoors, but then on certain holidays, he brings his little stand outside to share with the other villagers, or to share with the plaza guests. Like, dude, Leaf is a hard worker, and he doesn't have any food. Look at this face. Look at this guy. Do you think he gets much food? I think he needs something stat. Speaking of purpose, within our practice, Amanda CEF says, I would love quality of life updates, but honestly, something new and fresh like a new event series to give us a goal to move towards. And she mentions things like catching maple leaves or building snowmen. I feel like January has been such a stale month. Yes, Amanda, I agree. The fish and the bugs aren't even fun anymore because we've seen them all. So I really think something goal-oriented would be great. And whether that's catching a new type of fallable to build new DIYs, or maybe some sort of in-game challenge, or more of a story-based type thing. Like we mentioned with Brewster, entering, building his cafe, building his stand. I mean, I miss resource collecting for the purpose of putting together something totally new. And I think Nintendo could easily scooch in a new something. I don't think they're going to bring in like a whole storyline involving KK and how he betrayed Tom Nook back on the mainland, but I would love to see some sort of progression given by the update and something for you to work towards. Now, our good friend Nintendo Talk has commented once again, and we're going to go to the area that he helped design, the campsite, to read small mail update using screenshots we take as postcards to send to friends. And I like this, like screenshots from your island so that you could then send it to friends. You snap the shot, you send it to Pat, and he's happy and ready to go. When it comes to postcards and mail, all I can think about is a new color for the bulletin board. And if there ever was an update that I would personally be so excited for, and I don't think anyone would care about, it's a new marker color for bulletin board drawings, because I have been limited to the options provided for millennia now. And my art, it's being held together, it's being held in, it's ready to blossom and just blow itself out, but it can't because we've only got a few options. So a new marker or, screenshots as postcards. I like your thinking, Pat. As I sit amongst the blooms, Jamie says, it would be nice if my pumpkin patches stopped swallowing my balloon gifts. Yes, an update where when things fall, they aren't eaten by the carnivorous plants below. I would love that update. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And as your island becomes more and more dense, you kind of start to regret it. Like, oh my gosh, if presents fall, I am going to get punked. So a way for presents to land on top of things, or maybe they just burst open, something of that sort would be a small update, but one that would be really nifty. Also, I'd love to have new things flying through the sky. I mean, I know presents are fun, but what if there was little blimps or hot air balloons? I don't know, something else in the sky. Dot our game experience with something new. And speaking of new, I love this one from In the House of Wolves. Probably a big fan of Audi, but also a fan of WolfLink. I want to be able to change the bell tones / chimes for our door. Dude, I've never even considered this. Every time you go in your door, it's the same sound, but what if you could add wind chimes, bird feeders, hanging plants to help decorate the exterior of your house besides just the door hangers, and that helped you to change up your doorbell sound. That would be so fun. So when you walk in, you've got your own little tune, and maybe they could even introduce Nintendo theme ones. So little Mario noises, Zelda like do 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 do. That would be so cool. He also says, crossing my fingers for Wolf Link and other characters, clothing and accessories to be introduced this year for The Legend of Zelda's 35th anniversary. Yes, Nintendo has such a golden opportunity. Mario items are supposedly coming in March, and how big they go there will help determine, I think, if they're going to add anything for The Legend of Zelda 35th anniversary, the Pokemon 25th, the DK 40th. We need more stuff. I want my Splatoon crossover characters back. I want my Wolf Link crossover character back, and absolutely some Mushroom Kingdom goodness. Nintendo, please make it happen. Me and my brother Jake are ping pong obsessed in real life, like playing 2-3 games a day. We've actually gotten pretty good upgraded paddles. We got a lot of spin on the ball. We're standing way back from the table, so I think we're on the right track. But Winter Wolf is on the right track with a smidge of an update that would help. In the changing room at the Able Sisters, have a check mark on the items we've already obtained / catalog. Yes, I know. Some of us memorize our entire closet, but for those of us who don't, it would be nice to remember which items we picked up and which ones we haven't, especially when it comes to individual colorways of a specific sweater or set of pants. Now, I mentioned at the top that I would love new Able Sisters items, but yeah, whether it's batch buying, whether it's checkmark on items, some update to the Able Sisters store, or just the stores in general would be really nifty. And then Lumina Starlight just wants the stores to be a little bit more understanding of his employees. I would love to see Isabelle have a day off from the office once a week or once every few weeks so she can wander about the island freely and enjoy herself like the other islanders. You could talk to her casually and even hang out. It'd be really cute. And I agree it would, because one of the most fun aspects of Animal Crossing New Horizons in the beginning was seeing the friendly NPC faces as they navigated your island. Like when CJ and Fleck first arrived and Celeste first came, that was so fun. And as much as I'd love Isabelle to wander about, I do think we are due for a new NPC, whether it's Katrina wandering, whether it's somebody totally different, whether it's an old friend from a past game, whether Brewster is able to ruffle his feathers out with the people. I want to see somebody be able to meander, wander, and just create small talk. I think that's such a nice, homey, fun feel in ACNH, and it's one I haven't really experienced in a long time because I'm so over the already existing content. I just need new faces, or the old faces to do new things. NPCs walking around Sahara style, that is super golden, and I'd love for Nintendo to add it, please. The Pottergeist Emma says, the ability for villagers to wear bottom halves of clothing. Yes. Okay, this is a very logical update. It's very respectful, okay? It's very considerate. It's a bit off-putting talking to a gorilla dressed just in a boob tube. Also, a design kiosk app on the Nook phone would be amazing. I love both these ideas. One, pants for your villagers. Although, some of the villagers, they find themselves ways to cover their lower halves, but I understand what you're saying. It does make sense to have double options for your wear when you are a villager or even a bear. But I like your design kiosk app on the Nook phone even more. I've been saying for a couple weeks now, an update to the Nook phone would be fantastic. They haven't done anything really with that since forever. And a design kiosk app, while it's just replacing something that already exists in the game, it would be so convenient to be able to browse when you're out and about, and you don't have to go to the Able Sisters. I'm all for convenience, and it might be too much work for Nintendo to add a whole new app, so I love your idea, Emma. Last but of course not least is the update from Nintendo. But they say nothing, because it has not arrived yet, and I'm so curious to see what they bring to the game. It's their big moment! I feel like this is our last wanted updates before we know everything, and I hope we're excited. You know I've got you covered at the trailer. You know I'll give my reaction. If Brewster's there, it's going to be a party at SwitchForce, and hopefully you guys are enjoying Good Morning Mario, my new show where I talk about everything Nintendo, sometimes Animal Crossing, but other things as well. I think it's a fun time, and I would love to see you guys say hi over there. In the meantime, everybody, have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay tuned for the update. Thanks to everybody who was featured in the video. You can always join our Discord server where I look at all your awesome ideas in the Wanted Updates forum. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart out there. I love you a lot. Have a fantastic rest of your day. SwitchForce, out.